everybody. Yo, who is excited? Who's excited not only to learn today? Drop a one if you're excited to learn today, but let me go ahead and see who in here. Drop a two if this is your first bull run. This is your first time. Drop a two in the chat if this is your first time experiencing the first ever bull run inside of crypto or any market space. I see a lot of twos. You see this, Mike? A lot of twos in the chat, bro. It's crazy. I've been doing this and I've been inside of this industry, all praise to God. Like, I've been inside of this industry now for the past 5 years now. This is my second bull run, been able to see this happen, the second Bitcoin halving, with experience in the markets. And it's crazy, like I wanted to put this call together, because I think that there's a lot of misinformation whenever it comes down to the Bitcoin halving. And there's a lot of people that don't really know what to invest in or what not to invest in, what not to do, and what to do during times like this. You see the hype around, this certain event, and I always say that timing and execution, remember this, timing and execution is by far one of the biggest things that's going to get you to your overall objective. A lot of you have spent thousands of hours already educating yourself within the platform. And if you haven't, I mean, that's primarily the thing that you have to focus on. But if you've already put the hours in towards building up your strategy, towards building up your edge inside of the markets, one of the biggest things that you have to go ahead and start doing now as well is go ahead and work on your timing and execution. And this is exactly that call for you. So that way, exactly what you need to pretty much be executing upon. And the person that you're going to learn from today is not myself. It's going to be actually somebody, I brought on somebody on board that has not only just helped a couple hundred people, that has not only helped a couple thousand people, but has helped over hundreds of thousands of people be able to be profitable in the markets. This is not only somebody who has yielded results, not only for himself, but is somebody that has achieved results for thousands of people all across the world, not only in the United States of America, but all across the world. So likely, if you've seen people be up inside of the crypto markets, is because of this man right here. There's somebody who educates on the side of this platform, like, so many times per week, and is one of the most selfless leaders that I really know, and y'all have the utter privilege of learning from him today, inside of this special timing within the market. So with that being said, Mike Sotero, take it away, bro.
Awesome. Can you guys hear me? Just throw a one in the chat if you guys can hear me
Sir.
and see me. Amazing. Well, excited to be here. First off, thank you for the invitation. I've been on calls for the past about 5 hours. We have spoken to Slovenia today, Serbia today, Poland today, a bunch of people in the US, and I'm excited for this call. Let me know in the chat where you're tuning in from. I've been an entrepreneur for the past 11 years. Let me know in the chat what city you're tuning in from. I've been in these crypto markets for the past 7 years. And I can tell you, amazing. Tennessee, a lot of US. I love it. I love it. In the US, I'm gonna ask you one more question here in a couple minutes. Actually, do it in the chat now. What bank do you have? Who do you bank with? Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo. Which bank? Goldman Sachs. Who do you have? Every single bank that you are mentioning in the chat, maybe not US Navy, other than that one, is involved in crypto. Okay. And 7 years ago, I saw this chart right here. And actually, real quick, before we actually start this call, I want you to send the Zoom link to a friend. I want you to send a Zoom link to a friend, a family member, an aunt, an uncle, a parent. They might want to get on here because the next 48 hours, you're going to see the whole world talk about an event that's about to take place tomorrow, late tomorrow night, called the Bitcoin halving. Do I speak Spanish? A little bit, but we're not going to do Spanish tonight because everybody will leave. And this is an event that happens every 4 years. And every 4 years in time, there are these emotions that take place. Now, my belief today is we are in this belief phase in the markets. And I believe we are about to experience thrill and euphoria. Now, to be completely honest, last year we were in panic and anger and in depression. We're not there right now in crypto, but there's still enough time for you to get position. Now, let me ask you a question. Where were you 4 years ago this week? Anybody remember where they were 4 years ago this week? Maybe you were in school. Maybe you were in a job. Maybe you were in a different country, college. Okay, the average person goes to university for what, 4 years? Francisco said it, not me, in the chat. And I went to college. I went for a couple weeks, and I realized that I needed to to really take entrepreneurship seriously in 2013 in the military. Shout out to all of the military on here. And in 2020, 4 years ago, one Bitcoin was worth $7,000. One Ethereum was worth $181. Ripple was at 20 cents. And does anybody remember what happened in March and April of 2020? Does anybody remember what happened? Because nobody said it in the chat. You were probably stuck in your house, or you probably were stuck outside around your house. You couldn't really go to too many places. The pandemic, an event that took place 4 years ago, right before what we call the Bitcoin halving. And the halving happened, I believe the halving was like a little bit over here. It was like April or May of 2020. And before the halving, the entire market dropped about 60%. And did you know that was the best time to buy crypto? Best time to buy stocks. Now, the reality is we're never going to see those prices again, for my opinion. So how do you prepare yourself today? And what is so important about where the market is at today? Well, let me just tell you something real quick. In 2020, Bitcoin was at 7K, this date. In 2021, it went from 7,000 to 70,000. Other cryptos like Ethereum went from $100 to $5,000. Things like Solana didn't even exist back then. Cardano went from 3 cents to $3. It 100x, which means if you would have put in $1,000 in Cardano, potentially, of course, you could have lost it, but it went up 100x. And crypto was speculative. People used to call it a scam, right? Put a 2 in the chat if you've heard crypto's a scam, Bitcoin's a scam. Well, this has been around since 2009. And back in the day, a lot of different banks used to talk very bad about crypto. And now they're all involved. If you live in the US, maybe you or maybe your parents, they have a retirement account. It's probably through a company called Fidelity. And Fidelity is one of the biggest companies in the world. They're buying Bitcoin. Oh yeah, there's a company called BlackRock. How many of you guys have heard about this company? BlackRock owns pretty much the whole world. You think I'm kidding, but I'm actually being really serious. And they have about $9 trillion that they manage. And you know what they do every single day? And what they're doing every single day, Monday through Friday, is they're buying Bitcoin. 5, 6 years ago, they were not. Not that we know of. They were against it. And if you're taking notes, write this down. First, they reject it, and then they accept it. And every 4 years, because this is the Bitcoin chart here today, I'll make it very, very simple for you to see. Every 4 years, there's an event that takes place. It happened in 2016. It happened in 2020. And it's going to happen again tomorrow. I get goosebumps even saying that. Now, it's not one of those events that it takes place on the same day and then fireworks go off. It's what happens after. And it's an event that basically makes crypto, or specifically Bitcoin, more scarce. And if there's less of something, what happens to the price of that something in the chat? Does it go up or down? If there's 100 iPhones, and I have one, and everybody wants one, what does the price go up? Does the price go up or down? Goes up. Yeah, very simple. And every 4 years, there's an event that basically makes Bitcoin more scarce, harder to get. Simple. And on this chart right here, you can see the green, okay, the green arrows. Well, that's too much zoomed in. What happens after this event takes place? For example, this event took place in 2012. Bitcoin went from $10. 4 years later, it was at 500. Event took place again. Zoomed in too much. Event took place 2016. Bitcoin was at 700. 4 years later, it was at over 10,000. The last event took place in 2020. We went from 20,000. Excuse me, we went from 4,000 all the way up to almost 70,000. And the next time this event takes place is tomorrow. Tomorrow late at night. Now, what do you think is going to happen in the next 4 years? Okay, let's just kind of understand. What do we think is going to happen in the next 4 years? Not price, but do you think it's going to go up or down from where price is at today? Do you think we're going to be higher or lower in 4 years from now? Now, some of us, 4 years, Mike, I don't want to wait 4 years. I want to get rich this week. Well, it's either you wait 4 years and you get educated and you get plugged into the team and into Powerhouse and into the organization, and you capitalize in the next 4 years, and maybe you're in a better financial situation, or you work for 4 years for somebody else. Which one's a better option? I chose option A, okay? I chose option A a very long time ago when I was 18 years old. I'm 29 right now. Now, I can't tell you exactly what the price will be at by 2028, but I have a feeling we will probably be above $500,000 in the next 4 years. I think on this run, we will see a multiple six-figure Bitcoin. And tomorrow is really when the game will begin and what will happen after. So, Mike, how do I make money? How do I get started? How do I get involved? Well, whoever invited you on this call is a part of something that's a lot bigger than them and is a lot bigger than me. I've just been teaching through this platform and consulting and advising and helping build out this company for the past 7 years, the past 4 years as an educator. And inside of this company, we have education. We actually have education in all of these languages. Saw somebody was asking about Spanish. We teach in Spanish. Not me, but we teach in Spanish. My sessions are translated in Spanish because I don't want people to quit. We teach in Vietnamese. We teach in Russian. We teach in Japanese. You see all the languages, okay? And we have educators that the company pays a lot of money to teach and to bring value and to give you something called specialized knowledge. There's a book. How many people have read this book? Think and Grow Rich. How many people have read this book or heard about this book? Okay. Highly recommend reading it. And inside of this book, Napoleon Hill talks about seeking information, seeking knowledge, seeking mentors is one of the fastest ways to become financially free. Why would I spend 20 years trying to learn how to trade crypto and stocks by myself when I can pay a couple dollars a day and actually learn from people that are verified, because we work with all the 3-letter agencies, verified educators, or the company and 3-letter agencies look at our results every 90 days. Why would you try to do this by yourself when you can do it with a team? Why would you try to figure this out? It's like going to the gym, working out by yourself, but you don't know how to work out. You don't know how to eat right. It's simple. Pay a little bit more and get some guidance, and then get launched in the gym, launched in your health, launched in your spirituality, launched in this type of business from these types of people. I'm not better than any person on here, but I have 7 years of mistakes that I can help you avoid. And so can all of our educators. So for example, today's Thursday. There was classes today that you could have had access to. We teach you how to invest in stocks and crypto. Teach you how to make money, whether the market's going up or whether the market's going down, right? We actually have put together some courses. So when you get started, you go into my channel. I teach twice a week, Mondays and Wednesdays on that channel. We actually have courses inside here that should cost $5,000, $10,000. but it's free when you become one of our students. DeFi Summer Bootcamp day 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're somebody that wants to learn really fast, go through that this weekend. You can finish it. It's like going to take you like an hour and a half. Okay. Second thing I would tell you is there's an application on your phone that you have to have. It's called Swipecoin. Put a 1 in the chat if you have this app. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't. And it's really simple. All of the big fish, all of the big people in the world are getting into crypto. All you need to do to get into crypto is to get an exchange. This is the first step into getting into crypto. Honestly, we can't control the past, but we can control what we start to do literally this exact moment leaving this call. So guess what? You can get an exchange. If you're in the US, there's tons of exchanges like Coinbase that are regulated, and you connect your bank and boom, you're in the game. Well, now you're saying, well, Mike, I don't know what to do. Well, good. Glad you're here. Swipecoin, download this app right now. If you don't have it, download this app right now. We're going to take a second. If you don't have it, download it really quickly. In the next couple of minutes, I'll show you how to get a username and a password and to leverage this app. Well, there's two things that you can do in crypto. And you guys see how the market goes down, like nothing goes up forever. You know the best part about trade, you know the best part about this is you can trade and you can invest or build a portfolio. Now I'm going to I'm going to share some ideas on both. So I hope you're paying attention, and I hope you're in a quiet place, and I hope you have a pen and paper. Now, here's what's cool is trading allows us to make money whether the market goes up or whether the market goes down. How many people have heard like the market's going to crash, the market's going to crash? Do you know more billionaires are made on crashes than actually when the market's going up? You could actually take a position. Maybe you've seen that movie, The Big Short. Anybody seen that movie? Where these guys shorted the stock market and made billions of dollars. And those times will show up again. So trading is incredible. You know what's even more incredible is you could know nothing about trading and you can leverage we have multiple educators, 2, 3, 4 educators, I don't know, whatever. Doesn't matter the amount. You can leverage me, for example. Sounds messed up, but you could actually use me to make money. Watch this. We send you notifications to your phone. You have money in your own trading account. Now, when you get started, whoever invited you, when you get plugged in, they're going to help you set up your trading account. So think of your trading account like a bank. Think of your investment portfolio like another bank. But it's a long-term bank. It's money that we're going to grow and stack. Trading helps you make more money a little bit faster. So for example, on Tuesday, I sent out this trade to hundreds of thousands of students. This was the market. You even get the picture. We tell you the exact price that we're looking to buy this asset in a trade. Let me just show you the result. Results speak louder than anything else. Okay. So guess what? The market was right. Market was right about there. And basically what I had sent out to all of our students on the app was, hey, wait for the market to come into the blue zone, the blue box, and then we're going to look for the market to go up. Well, this is what happened. And we're actually still in this trade right now. Well, Mike, how does that turn into money? Great, glad you asked. Very simple. We took a position here. The market right now is in profit 1,300 points. Let's say Mel did $1 a point. Do the math. Michael did 10 cents a point. Do the math. Alejandro did $20 a point. He's taking me shopping. No, I'm just kidding. So that's how the trading side of things work. Okay? That's how the trading side of things work. I had a new customer get started on Monday with me. They took this trade. They're in profit right now. And they told, I think it's like their aunt or like a family friend that's like a little bit older. And they're about to get started actually tomorrow with their paycheck from their job. And this is simple because that person, I don't know what they had in their trading account, but I think it was a couple $100. And they took one trade. And in every time you take a trade, here's the best part about life and the best part about trading is you can choose what you're willing to risk. It's risky to get on a plane, but what's the probability of something happening? It's risky to get into a car, but what's the probability of something happening? I live in Miami. It is definitely a risk getting in the car when you drive in Miami. So don't be texting and driving, especially here. Okay? There's a risk to everything, but there's also a reward. And what's amazing is we look for high reward trades for you. So for example, this trade, if you would have taken it like this, would have been a risk to reward of 11, right? Put an 11 in the chat if you see that right there. You see where it says risk to reward ratio? What does that mean, Mike? Very simple. I have $1,000 in my account. Let's say I'm willing to risk $20. I risk 20. If this trade hits take profit 3, I would make about 220. I'm not good at math. 220, 240, whatever. So I risk 20 to make 240. Is that a good idea? If I have $1,000 in my account, I'm not going to go risk $1,000. That's called gambling. This is not what we do here. And you know what's funny is in trading, you could actually lose more than you win and still be extremely profitable. You were just taught in school that either you win in life or you lose in life. Well, that's not true. I lost in 2016 in my life, but I didn't stay a loss because I learned. I made $2,000 in a year as an entrepreneur in a year. You could have worked at McDonald's and made 20 times more than me. 2017, I found this type of stuff. Okay. So that's one thing you can do is trading. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. Market goes down, Bitcoin goes up. Here's what's crazy is if Bitcoin goes like what it did here and it dropped $53,000, that's 53,000 points in the market. Good Lord, $1 a point, 50 cents a point, 10 cents a point. It's all going to be based on what's in your account. But you shouldn't be scared whether it's crypto, okay? Whether it's Forex, okay? We teach you how to trade things like the dollar versus the Canadian dollar. Anybody from Canada on here? Canada is raising their taxes for entrepreneurs to 66%. The government wants to take more than half of what people make in Canada. The whole system is rigged against you. And the sooner that you realize you have to get out of that box and you have to get this type of information, and how many people want to travel, right? Put in the chat a place you want to travel to. How cool would it be to travel with your friends and be able to trade and invest and make money in that place? Dubai. Well, make sure there's no flood. But yeah, Dubai, Costa Rica, Greece, Peru. I've been to a lot of those countries you guys are saying. Japan, right? Want to go there, trade USD, JPY, Bali, Spain, New York. Incredible. Well, you can't do that if you're stuck behind a certain, a desk. So we need to find ways to expand. So that's the trading side of things. Now, the investing side of things is where I'll spend the last couple of minutes, and then we're going to wrap this up and then help you get started. Now, with Swipecoin, there's something called exchange ideas. And these are basically different assets, different ideas of things that you can put in your portfolio. I'll show you some in the past, and then I'll show you some current ones here today. March of last year, okay? And I love when people sometimes people message me like, yo, that's Photoshopped. Okay, can't Photoshop results from hundreds of thousands of students, but watch this. March of 2023, we sent out this alert on this crypto called Maker to buy it around $600, okay? Our students were able to buy this around $600. Today, one Maker is over $3,000. Okay? Can't make it up. That's one idea. We had some students, and what's funny and what's incredible is I don't know what people put into their portfolio. Everything you make is yours. It's incredible. All you do is you pay $10,000 a day for the platform. Oh, we lost somebody. One person left. I was kidding. It's a joke. Okay. I was literally kidding. When you get started, you're going to go to whoever invited you. They're going to have a link. It's going to look like this. You're going to hit join now. And if you're a guest here today, it's real simple. You get started on the Empowered package. You get Forex and stocks and crypto. You pay a couple dollars a day, $274. If you don't have 274, this is not for you, right? You actually have to qualify to be a part of the team, to be a part of the company. And if you don't have at least $500, I would even say, probably don't do this, respectfully, because you don't want to waste your time, and we're not going to waste ours. 30 days later, you pay what, a couple $100, $250. You can refer to customers, get it for free. Let me show you something real quick. If you help one of your friends in maybe a couple years of time catch this at 600 and it went to 3,000, do you think they would be mad that you got them involved? Let me know in the chat. Do you think they're going to say, hey, Junior, man, I hate you for helping me make more money. I hate you, bro. No, they're going to say, hey, where do you want to go to dinner tonight? It's on me. Okay, that's what they should say, at least. If not, they're not your friend. Okay? So when Swipecoin, it's real simple. You get the notification on your phone. This one I sent out on November of last year. Guys, this is like 6 months ago. There's some people on this call, you've been thinking about this for 6 months. Let today's call be the reminder to get started today. You've been thinking about it for 6 months. 6 months ago, we sent out this crypto, ENS, at $8. Did anybody catch this? ENS today is at $13. But you know what's funny? Is we called it out at $8 right here. It ran up to $25, and now it's back at 13. So some of our students were able to buy it, sell it, make money, and now they're buying it again at a lower discounted price. Those are things that we will teach you on our live sessions right here. Okay, I'm going to go over a couple more, and then I'm going to pass it back to Junior. Let's do a good one here. Let's look at Soul Chat, for example. How many people have ever had fraud? How many people have ever had their Gmail hacked? How many people, maybe not you, but how many, you've heard these stories. How many people have ever had issues with their phone? Okay. I have AT&T. AT&T was actually down for an entire day in Miami a couple weeks ago. Okay. How many people have ever had no service on their phone? I sent this out April 1st. This is a crypto. It is actually at the entry right here. Soul Chat between $9 and $6. And this is like the technology side of things that we teach you on our sessions. It's at $6 right now. It's actually up 10% today. Soul Chat, for example, allows you to text. It allows you to call. It allows you to make group chats. It allows you to FaceTime, all without even having a phone service provider. And you do everything in an encrypted and in a decentralized way. We'll teach you more about that on the classes. My opinion, I think we will see this at $75 to $100 in this next run. It already hit 20. It is now back down to our entry. We're going to see what happens. Okay. So in closing today's call, let me just break this down real quick for you. Okay. Number one is you're going to have access to education. Most importantly. Number two is you're going to have access to tools and educators as well. Obviously, that's part of the education, but tools to help you get in and to get out of the markets. Number three, you're going to have, most importantly, is a community of people. If you have been involved in Powerhouse or the community or in the company, put like your experience in the chat. Because sometimes guests, if you're a guest on this call, you think we're paying 170 people to say nice things, but we're not. Okay. The community is one of the most important things in this process, in this recipe. And if you have education and you have tools and resources and you have a community of people, great things can happen. Okay. And guess what? There's physical events that are happening in Arizona, in Dallas, in California, all around the world. So all you have to do tonight, or actually not tonight, right when this call ends, okay, is get plugged in, get started, and don't quit. It does not matter how long it takes. It is worth learning. Because here's the last thing I'll say. I'll pass it back to you, bro. In a day, in 2 hours, it doesn't matter if you do this or not. The Bitcoin halving is going to happen. And you know what's going to happen in the next couple of years? Let me show you. Let me actually just show you. Because I don't want you to say, I see people all the time, like at the gym, online, they hit me up like, wow, I was there in 2017 when you invited me to that call. I was there when you told me about Bitcoin at 2000. And here's what's going to happen is Bitcoin will get, in my opinion, in the next 12 months to the same size as Apple. You have an iPhone, Bitcoin is not even bigger than Apple. And it has a bigger use case than Apple. That will happen. Next 10 years, at least the next 10 years, I believe we see this as the price of one Bitcoin. I think it'll happen faster. You're saying, Mike, that's not possible. Everybody, Bitcoin went from 4,000 to 70,000. What is that, a 15, 20x? It's a 12x away from 800,000 and surpassing gold. Which one is more valuable? Which one can you go from country to country with? You guys got a backpack of gold? No, you're getting robbed. Do you have a ledger? This is the new flex. My little brother is 11 years old. Me and my dad have been sending him crypto for the past 3 years. He's probably got more crypto than his teacher's salary. So all good. Get positioned, prepare, okay? Prepare starting today. It's not just Bitcoin. Last point that I'll make here. There's other projects as well, like Solana, okay? When Solana gets to the price of Ethereum in money, in market cap, that potentially is the price of one Solana. We called out Solana. This is the last example I'll give you here to show you that we're not just guessing. Maybe we are. If we are, we're really good at guessing. We sent out this alert. I sent out this alert. Man, you had so much time to catch this too. June of 2022. Now, maybe you weren't in the company, but that's okay because this actually happened last year. Solana, we caught Solana at about $17. It hit our first exit at 100. It hit our second exit, and soon it'll be, I think, $400 or $500 in the next couple of months. So, if you're a guest, get started, get plugged in. What's the worst thing that can happen? You spend a couple $100, you invest a couple $100, it's a tax write-off. And if you don't know what that means, then you definitely need to get started here today. So Junior, I'll pass it back to you, brother. I appreciate the invitation. And a big announcement, if you're in the US, big announcement happening next week on Monday. So don't miss that call.